I appreciate this opportunity to share with you what I've learned in the course of making the documentary film, Iraq for Sale. Along with my colleagues at Brave New Films, we spent a year. We talked to hundreds of soldiers, truck drivers, and families who were affected by the presence of military contractors in Iraq. Imagine yourself sitting next to someone who's doing exactly the same job you're doing, only they're getting paid 3 times as much as you are. That's what's happening with our troops throughout this conflict, with private contractors working right next to them.
The contractors are making a lot of money. Now, I have the honor of representing 4 military installations and spend a lot of time there. It's actually somewhat of an insult if I go down to Fort Stewart and tell them they're underpaid, because they're really not motivated by pay as much as they are by patriotism. Now similarly, I know producers make a lot of money. Do you know what kind of money you've made on any of these movies, like For Sale, The War on Iraq, Propaganda? How can you share that?
I'd be happy to. I volunteer to do these movies because I feel so strongly about the issue, so I take not one penny, and I'm fortunate to be able to do that.
Who makes the money on there, though? Somebody's got to be getting some money. I've always been told you got to follow the dollar. That's why I'm asking that question. And I know that with the very productive resume you have, somebody's been getting paid somewhere.
The corporations that have been doing this work are the ones that are getting paid.
So you work for a corporation that would pay, a dastardly capitalistic corporation that would be paying you?
No, actually, again.
Or they would be getting profit?
No, let me be very clear. These films are not about maximizing dollars. So I go out and I spend 3/4 of my time trying to fundraise. Iraq for Sale, 3,220 people, patriotic Americans, gave $25 and $50 each because they wanted the story of war profiteering told. They wanted to get that out. Similarly, with Walmart, we raised money from all kinds of sources. People, and by the way,
but
Republicans and Democrats and independents.
Reclaim the time here, but are you saying, and I want to make sure, that profit is evil?
No.
Well, I mean, you accept that, for example, how much would you charge if and you're obviously a bright guy, if I said to you, bring me a gallon of gas in Baghdad, what would be the market value? $4 a gallon, $15 a gallon? What is it?
I think the issue for me is not that I'm against profit. It's that while our troops are in danger and lives are being taken, that large corporations are making millions and millions of dollars. And to me, that's a question that you all, I hope, will ask and think about. Do we want the profit motive built into war? I'm not talking about the profit motive built into gas. Do you think that should be an element in the war situation, that this kind of money is being made?
Mr. Greenwald, I'm sure, does not live in an impoverished mansion in Hollywood. If he lives there, hangs out those circles, and you know what? It takes rare talent to be a great actor, a great producer. And as you know, most of them, by the way, of course, are Democrats.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ronald Reagan, Fred Thompson.
If Barbara Streisand is making millions of dollars and Steven Spielberg because of their talent, I'm okay with that. Ball players make more than the President of the United States, starting with Babe Ruth. So
that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about profiting from a war. It's very, very different. Both Jeremy and I are talking about the same point. It has nothing to do with baseball or Hollywood. It really doesn't. It's a big difference.
I feel comfortable with the private sector and capitalism.
No,
I understand that. I mean,
you want there to be profit made on a war?
A view on that.
I want to ask Jeremy's questions.
I yield back the balance.
Okay.
All right. I mean, I'd love both of you guys who are bright and intelligent, good-hearted folks to come down and talk to some of the soldiers that I talked to, because you can't just talk to one soldier. And I would be foolish if I came back from talking to soldiers at the 3rd Infantry and say, this is the way it is, because, I got to listen to folks from Ohio have a different perspective, and California and Washington and Oregon. And I think that, what I would like to see as a conservative from folks like you is, have your say-so. Have you turn it back, raise Cain, because I like to raise Cain. But after that, we should come together and say, because you know what? neither party has the franchise on right and wrong on this thing. I mean, there are reasons to have contractors, and there's plenty of reasons not to have them, and there's always a reason for more oversight.
But I would like to take you up on your offer to go talk to the troops. I'd be happy to go with you, and I'd be happy to have you meet some of the hundreds that we talk to. And I'm not here today to talk about a solution to the war. I'm here today talking about profiteering. And I would love to go with you and have that conversation with a large number of troops. And I think what you hear will be shocking. And I hope, as a true conservative, you will then join us in realizing the extent of the problem.
I'm with you, and I will. Let's meet and figure out a day at a time. We'll have a good time.
Thank you, Mr. Kingston.
I appreciate the diligence.
You bet.